you all, and welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Blessing, and you're welcome here to join me at the Blessed on YouTube channel. Subscribe to my channel, and I want to say thank you so much to all of you who already subscribed. And if you do subscribe, please hit the notification bell so I keep you updated when I upload a new video. In this video, I just want to talk about the ban of Nigerians immigrating into the US. So what does that mean? It means that if you want to marry somebody that is in Nigeria, you cannot do that anymore because the person is no longer eligible for immigration. If you want to file for your child or your mother, it's not going to be possible. So if you're a Nigerian citizen, you're not going to get that immigrant visa that will allow you to change your status and become a permanent resident and go on to become a US citizen. But you'll still be able to go for a visit, you'll still be able to go for medical checkups, you can still go as a student, if you can pay the fees, and then but you are not going to be able to change your status as a Nigerian and become a US permanent citizen. This is just what it means. So who is going to suffer all these things? It's just the normal ordinary citizens, you and me, people that their people are not in power or in positions of rulership in Nigeria. So those people are still going to be able to go to the US for medical treatment if they so desire, because they can afford the bills. They can still be able to go and study in the US because, of course, they can afford it. And, they don't need to go to the US exclusively also, because they also have access to other countries. But for a lot of poor and middle-class Nigerians, there's a lot of chance for them to migrate to the US and become citizens there and, have a better lot in life. But now that it is how it is, who is suffering it is still the poor person. So every time things like this happen, it's always a case of two elephants fighting and the grass suffering. So now the elite are still going to do their thing. They are still going to have their way. But the ordinary people are going to suffer for these consequences. Maybe people are already in the US and trying to, change their status. But as Nigerians, they are not going to be able to do that, at least until this ban is lifted. So and why would President Trump do this? Because the killing is too much. There are so many things that is not being said. Christians are under attack daily, and you see the government acting almost complicit by releasing terrorists. Like you don't see any prosecution of any terrorists. How can a war that has claimed so many thousands of lives have gone on so long, and yet we don't see one single prosecution of any Boko Haram fighter? Well, we just see them being released. We see them being released. And I'll show you this clip of Nigerian representatives saying that a Boko Haram that's turned their leaf can become a Nigerian president. So what we are up and against is not a small deal. And you see all these beheadings, and you see all this, it just looks like there's a lot of what you even call state-sponsored terrorism. And as if that is not enough, the government is making open borders. Open borders, it means you can just come from anywhere and you have access to the country. I mean, a country that is already so volatile, so prone to violence. And we also have all this herdsmen militia in the name of Miyetti Allah, and the government is negotiating with them to pay them 100 billion naira to stop killing people and to stop attacking communities. And we have another one, they call them bandits, and you see the governor going to visit them and talking with them, negotiating with them. And there is just not transparency. Nobody really knows what is going on. And you also see soldiers' wives going on protests for the release of Boko Haram terrorists. I don't know. I mean, there's just so much beclouding of all that is going on, and any sensible person will take this kind of move. So in essence, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming President Trump, and I don't know what is going on. I think that they are complicit. For me, it looks like a state-sponsored terrorism, because the president of Nigeria is being very, very nepotic, because most of the people who are doing all these attacks happens to come from his own ethnic nation and happens to practice his own religion. So you see a lot of affinity, a lot of nepotism in how he has handled this case and how he's treating them. And you remember when the Biafrans were protesting, you see how they were dealt with, and they ended up killing a lot of them. But you see them releasing Boko Haram terrorists without going through any form of prosecution. So the US have sent now some envoy, special envoy, to go to the Chad area to be able to know exactly what is going on, to bring the report of what they find. And until then, we are going to hope that someday that we'll begin to understand what is going on. But from my own part, I know that the violence is escalating, even though we are not talking about that violence. A lot of communities are on the run because Boko Haram is closing in on the Yobe, Maiduguri axis, and this is where the Nigerian military headquarters is. So once Maiduguri falls, I think Nigeria is already in the hands of Boko Haram. So there's a lot of violence, and just last week we saw that they killed a seminarian, and we also saw the beheadings that went on during the Christmas time, and I made a video about the beheadings. You can check that video out. And we also see recently there's a mom of 2 little children that has been kidnapped. The mom is killed. The children and their father are still in captivity, and they are calling huge sums of money. They don't know if they are able to raise it, and the fact that they are even negotiating with these people, and they even know people who they are negotiating with. There's so many things that is going on, not something that you can be saying, but it's a very sad development. So I keep saying it. I believe that, for me personally, I don't see any way out for Nigeria as things stand now. I see it as only Biafra can solve this problem for us, people who are in the southeast, that we can take control of our own security, we can take control of our own lives and make laws according to how we need it. But since all these things are in the hands of the center, the center does as it pleases, and it's like Father Christmas being good to one and being not good to one, all those kind of a thing. I think it's disheartening and it's a sad, but it's something that we are going to have to live with. Yeah, so this is just me ranting up and down. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you like this video. Share your thoughts and your opinion about all that is going on, and I'll see you very soon in another video. Thank you so much. Bye.